all of the amazing ruins that we use in the Better Ruins mod. So we are really excited
Nice.
about this. They have been kind enough to accept our invitation to come over and see us, to tour around the server, see what we've got. We're hoping maybe that they may take some inspiration from our builds. Not likely, but because they do amazing. But they hopefully will maybe be able to give us a few tips and tricks about some of the hidden secrets within their mods.
Hello and welcome back to Vintage Story on the Rusty Gear server. I hope people had gotten to watch some of our streams like Per and Chino and get to have some guests and stuff on here. And I have taken a bit of a time to get this stuff done in the southern part. It's a lot like pixel art, and it's a killer on the eyes. I also had some allergies, so it kind of made it really kind of difficult to finish this part up because, well, like someone said, I had to pick hay bales, didn't I, to make it really difficult? So I did get down the finer detail and a couple little smaller bits of finer detail. Not too much because, well, it's hay. It's gonna be kind of raggedy, but the shape is what I wanted. I think it worked out pretty good. And I've got the rough bit of the inside, and I figured the inside's going to be a little difficult. We have some different kind of levels of stuff in here, and maybe some weird kind of corners. But one of our fellow gears, Sid, was kind to look into the whole glazing and such, and there's Gran. She's been on doing a lot of stuff. Gotta look at her wonderful chiseling stuff she's doing too. And this had been a problem because I found like this glaze type of components that I could get at the glass traders, which there's a bunch of them thankfully around here. And I couldn't get the right ratio or something. I thought, you'd put a mug in this glazing solution and it would just kind of like color it and take out a later, but nope. Sid came up with the right amount. Has to be 16, and I made it 16 mugs, so it ended up working out. You just put those 16 in and seal it up, and I got these blue mugs and then fired them off. And then of course also need to have a bit of a drying process in this too, before getting it fired up and all that. But I wanted some other kind of color, and that was one of the colors that was offered. A little harder to do blue clay stuff. The green was easy, the fire clay was easy. Found a couple different interesting cups and stuff at the merchants, but kind of hit and miss, so I wanted to make sure I got some of that stuff done. So I got it down to the finer bits, and the centers are going to be kind of weird. Try to get out all of the little extra corners, so at least it's kind of diagonally. It is kind of roundish, so I had to have some parts be a little longer and some be quite diagonal, just to kind of keep a bit of shape. And I wanted to do something down below, but I think it might take out too much if I try to do little stray straw bits. A little couple corners that were a little. I should probably put in another hay bale, but I mean, just kind of not worth it. But I figured I need to get the interior bit done because we got beams and other stuff to put in, and I needed to get it chiseled, I figured, first before I try doing anything with the beams, because, well, I'd be afraid that once you get something messed up, you gotta chop down your logs. So I wanted to kind of see, hopefully this doesn't mess anything up and it works. Get some of these beams from the side logs into the middle top here, and maybe it'd help it make it look more interior conical kind of type of shape. That's what I was kind of hoping anyhow, and that, it's fun to play with beams. So might as well. We got some nice direct angly bits in the game that you can use, and figured it kind of looked like it's support. They line up really nicely in the middle of this pillar block. I thought about maybe chiseling some of these logs, but then I couldn't do the shelves, I couldn't do lighting, so I figured leave it and just kind of, I guess, take advantage of that. I'm going to need some more acacia logs, which plenty of it around here. So debarking, you need the axe, and we'll get the inventory up. We got axe, we got hammer, and we've got a bit of wood here. And it takes a good bit with these beams. That's okay. You now got the debarked, and then you go with the handy dandy saw. So we'll get that put in, and they got a bunch of beams. I suppose that's probably way more than I want. I don't want to get carried away with that. We'll just leave it in there for later. And we'll grab one of our vintage beefs and chop that down. Alright. Stick that down so we have a little extra lighting. I figured it's best to go from the outside to the inside, because the inside is going to be easy to hit right where you want it, but the outside pillars I'm wanting to kind of be up a little bit, so it's not like really far down. I know one of them got messed up already, but at least try to aim for the area and hopefully just hope it works. That way it's kind of sticking into the straw bits anyhow. And now we got the other side. Say it's a little too sparse, just these four corners. I wanted to kind of have it be like big pie slices, but that might be a little awkward, so I think I'll just compromise and put them down the middle instead. So grab it from like this second-ish block, chiseled block part up there, and hopefully that'll look alright, because it'll be about the same height as where it is on the bars. May not make quite logical sense, but it'll at least make it look better anyhow, if it's as even as it can be. Like that one's down a little too far, but that one's okay. I don't think I'll mess with it, because you gotta pretty much take out the beam and the wood. This one's higher up, so we'll just grab it from the edge and hope that it looks fine enough. And that seems to work out pretty good. Makes it look a lot more colorful, and it's not so plain looking up there. It's a little less distracting from the little chiselly bits. Looks a little more slanted and stuff, and it seems to work pretty good on all the edges, so I'm pretty happy with that. Gonna go ahead and put away our beams. I don't know if I'll need them for anything else, but maybe someone else around here can use them. Alright, next we got our beams done. I'm gonna want to put more stuff down here on the floor, but I'm thinking maybe it's gonna be better to take care of lighting first. And silly me, come on, that's gravel, it's got gravity and stuff. So chisel that guy up and put it back up there somewhere. Okay, it's going through a little bit of a beam, and it's not connecting to the ceiling, so I think we'll have to find a different place here. Alright, so let's see if we can find a different place. That one looks a little bit better up there. Well, at least it's hitting the ceiling. Does look like that would be a long way to the pillars, so maybe what might be best is to move that up further. Don't want anything hitting their proverbial heads kind of walking around here. I have that high enough up. And let's see. Maybe high enough up here. Let's put a piece of wood to be like a backstop to this so we can kind of build off of it here. Let's go a couple blocks, I think, that way. There we go, green. So we have the green that we've gotten from the other various glass people here. Use our regular gravel so that in case we want to copy it, we can do that. And start on a small scale so that we can chisel this out. I'm not sure what's going to be the best way to do this. Trim some off the bottom, I guess. I mean, it's going to be a little hard seeing inside glass. Glass is always fun. That's another one of those textures and blocks that's fun to work with when chiseling. Yeah, we'll get this figured out. We'll just kind of start chiseling away and hopefully kind of get the right spot. Not that guy, but there we go. There's the next block. Might as well chisel out some of this stuff down here. Definitely not gonna need it. Just take out. No, let's not take out that chunk. Alright, fine. Let's just get rid of a lot of it. Go back and add this in. So we need to draw a line there. And let's kind of start working our way out diagonally. I mean, that's just a really fun way to chisel, right? To try to do something diagonally with a chisel. That just means you gotta chisel a bunch of extra blocks and then get rid of them afterwards. So, we'll do a bunch of that. Put down a couple blocks, chisel a couple more. Alright. That looks like that side's done then. And kind of keep it fairly diagonal-ish. I mean, a little bit of bending here and there. That should be fine. Let's go ahead and add in the next block. Looks like we're going to only need 2. Just think that will work out pretty well. Let's get rid of these because we're going to need headspace to work around here. And then we can chisel that. It's going through the beams. I'm hoping nothing happens to this here. So, we want this to continue going the direction of the other block that was just placed. And with that other block placed, it is going to make it a little trickier. But there's not much you can do about it. Alright. Just kind of go back and forth, adding this on. Don't want to go down again, I think. No, not keep that one. Alright, so we're to the other block here. Just making a nice big line. Need to keep some of this here. Put in our gravel. That gravel is just a little north of here. Alright. Get that one down. Guess we're not going to need some of this. We're going to build up, so I'm not too concerned. We're already in the blocks, so yeah. There we go, got the corner. Having the block already there kind of made it easy. Just, of course, chisel the rest out. Oh, we got a bunch still sitting. We got a bunch sitting up here, and it looks like yes, you can chisel the block through the beam without it interfering with the beam, which is nice. Probably should have used a larger size chisel to make sure I'm getting out all the green stuff, because it is quite green. I don't know if it'll go away once I get rid of the green, or the green just shows up because that was the first block. Either way, I do want the light to be showing anyhow, so whatever way the rule is, that's okay by me. I think we want to start kind of heading upwards and wiggle it back a little bit to the side so that we're not going in one direction totally. Okay. And kind of starting to get to the beam. So, oh, there's a guy still. Beam kind of gets in the way, kind of doesn't get in the way. That's going to be difficult. Oh, we want one there instead. And of course the top's going to be really difficult without, you know, trying to get rid of anything. I don't want to try to do that. Alright. So basically a string sort of here. I thought about, do I make it really skinny? And then I thought, well, it might be kind of difficult to add to the bottom of this, and well, just kind of go with what you think might work. It won't be necessarily the best looking, but we're gonna have, let's grab our other light here, go back to our, no, go back to the glass, there we go. And that does not add anything. I think that's the bottom of the block. Alright. That works there. Let's go ahead and start adding in a different color. Don't know what this is gonna do. I don't know. Is it gonna be more yellowy? I'm not sure. But I was only able to get 3 different colors of the luminous glass colors. You can find plenty of other great glass colors with all of our different kind of mods and whatnot. But I wanted something glowy. Her has some glowy glass in her cathedral. I wanted to play with some of that too, hoping that this would work here. Go ahead and fill in some different colors, and don't have a whole lot of the red, so I wanted to just have a lot of the green and yellow, so I figured I'm gonna have to just kind of mix them, see how it goes. And at night, I mean, it's doing something. It's not gonna be neon lights, although I did think about neon lights in here, but thought that might be a little out there if I try to do some neon colors here. But some little festive lights would work out well enough. Alright, I got the other strands. I started the other corners with yellow, opposed to green glass. And of course you need something down below here for people to be at. So I started with that corner, copied it to make an edge piece, and then get it dug out so, you know, people could sit on there, not banging their feet against the wall. So I figured the bamboo that's being used on the rails, it kind of needed to be added on here too. It's got the nice little detail at the end of the bamboo shoots or whatever, so we might as well take advantage of using the texture to make some sort of little detail work. And I'm thinking maybe that's going to be really too close to each other. So let's see what it will look like when I move it over one. And then have one over here on the side, so we have a strip of acacia on each side of that block. Corners will just be nice and simple. Put another one of these acacia logs going upwards, and the bamboo automatically goes upwards, and the wood grain will go in a certain direction. So there we go. Copy and paste it. I think that will be adequate to have enough different kind of pattern. It's not going to be even because we are dealing with like a 32 by 32 kind of square pixel blocks, so it's even. You'll just have to do what you can with that. There is our corner. That's the other one. And we can go ahead and put down our other acacia logs and stuff. And we got all our furniture and whatnot to put up above. We got some flower pots and stuff to put down here. I think I'll lay this rest of this out first. So put these logs going up, debarked logs. There's our corner with one left on the side, and then I'll grab more later. But we'll go ahead and use our chisel, make them all chiselable. And then we can add our bamboo and our logs to each of these guys. There we go, got it down on the end, and do a copy and paste. Take the chisel and turn it around. And this one has the wood grain going differently. I thought that was interesting. However, that didn't change. That's also interesting. Alright, let's see if this works. Let me, since I've had so many different pattern things change on me on this build already, let's move this one over to one of these guys over here. Put that down. Turn that guy around. And it's going the same direction as the others. Put that down. Let's do a copy paste thing. The corners I don't think will be so forgiving here. Might have to just deal with a awkward corner. Alright, and we'll finish that bit up. Alright, bar done, and most part worked out. We got our tables, and this starts off with debarked kapok log rather than starting with the acacia, because the acacia log will stand up when you add it. If you want the pattern differently, and I wanted this pattern to be on the top of the table, I had to put the log down sideways first. Standing up will be the grain going up and down on there, and then the bamboo stand. Oh, we don't want that. Thankfully, these pantographs let you undo the previous thing, so you can do an actual real copy and paste and have it be done the correct way. So there's always copy and paste. You can potentially fix everything, whatever you've done to your poor little block. Alright, another table for over here. And these little seats over here, they also start with the debarked kapok. So we'll go ahead and put some of those down. And actually, I think, yeah, we can, because that is technically a block, sort of. We can put that down sideways. Only need the acacia log. So a little bit more expensive furniture, but I really wanted to go for the grains. And paste. We got our seats. And we'll put a few around here. We don't want it to get too filled up and hard to move around. I mean, could have made this place bigger, I guess. But at least we have some chairs and tables, and I think what I've done is just start from scratch doing stools, so we'll leave that to the side. Oh, we got an empty planter over here. And I got a little flower plant sitting over there, and I think that will go well. It's a good thing about some of the jungly plants, they have some bits of color. And we'll need to stick our flower pots around here. I kind of wanted to just kind of have an idea of colors that I'd found. Some of them, I think one might have been purchased by a merchant and a couple from our little in-town harbor stalls in there. Got from other people. I need a bit of color to add around here. It just kind of felt like it needed to be like a fiesta kind of color scheme type of thing, because you got the reds and oranges, and I just wanted to throw in splashes of greens, which I have more green bowls, but I don't want to like overwhelm everything. But I don't think I have any other flower pot type of things. I got candles. Did want to try that out. I don't think the walls will work with what I want, but best to try it, see if it works. Put a wall down, and yeah, the top part is not, it doesn't go all the way to the top of the blocks limit. So that would have been really nice. We'll come back to that and get some light stuff done afterwards. I can definitely see how the light is lighting things up. The yellow and green are pretty similar. Yellow's a little bit brighter, so it seems a little bit more yellowy in there now, which is probably better. Alright, we can put away our walls. Won't need that. Are going to need some of the debarked acacia, though. And let's put down a piece of wood first, and then that going up straight. Add in that. Alright, let's make this first easy. Cut off some edges. Leave a little center here. And then I want it to be like the same height as this, so it's like two of these, so that should be good. So I got the same height as that, and then why not use the planer? My poor chisels have been through a lot in this. Get it all the way down to one block, then add it back on. I don't think, yeah, unfortunately that doesn't work. Alright, I was hoping to like add on a full thing, but the planer only fills in the same width and stuff, so we'll just have to chisel this back in and have it go a little past the edge of this just by 2 small chisel blocks. Alright. Take care of those sides. Simple, doesn't need to be extravagant. It is kind of like a makeshift kind of place in a way, so it's not going to be expert craftsmanship at the South Harbor bar here, so let's do a copy and paste. Paste. Got our stuff. They're little, I wanted them a little smaller because it's a little bit easier to walk around them. if it's a little bit smaller. And the wood's going to be the same as the wood that's used up on the counter here. And ironically, it's going in the same direction. Interesting. But we could always turn those. All right. So let's get the last bit here. I think the inside's done. It's just, I really wish there could be some lighting at the top there, but don't think I can find a way to do that, unfortunately. Let's get some boards. We'll go with K-Pock, I guess. Not ladders. There's a lot of different things here. We want fencing. So we got some of the boards. And I think we got sticks in the other place. Try to not have too much stuff here, but probably just enough sticks. Actually, too many. Oh well, too many fencing. That's fine. All right, so let's try it. Add on another one of those. Might need to be not flying and be on solid ground in order for it to work. Just kind of have to shift to put stuff on there. Yeah. The candles are great with the variation, but it does not always happen to be in the middle, so we're going to have oil pot tiki torches. I really wanted to try to do with the candles, but unfortunately that might involve a lot of different weird chiseling to try to get that to work. If the candle would stay, that would be the other challenge. So instead we'll use a few candles around up here. Hopefully not too bad in the way. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be in the middle of the block. Yep. Fencing is nice that it can be in the middle of the block. It makes it nice looking in most cases. Otherwise you make your own. But the oil pot's going to be definitely in the center. So whatever you're making, fence or whatnot, needs to be in the center. I think the other side of the entrance would be a good spot, even though we got a lamp a little further down. Make it clear. And this side of the hill, because the other side of the hill's got a little bit of a gap that you might fall down, but don't want to bother with lighting there. We only have a few oil pots, and I don't want to overdo it either. So yeah, I think that will work for this. And we don't need this anymore either. We're not under construction. Got the booze underground. I can bring it up. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.